today we are going to be packing for a cruise. So I have everything laid out and we're going to get to that in a minute. But first, I want to thank Level 8. They sent me this new suitcase to use and show you guys in exchange for my honest review. That is the 28-inch spinner. It is a checked bag. They also sent me a 20-inch carry-on to use. Okay, real quick. First, let's go over some of the features of these suitcases. As you can see, they have a beautiful exterior design with a hard shell polycarbonate casing that's both durable and lightweight. The 28-inch suitcase has a handle on 3 sides instead of just 2, and they both have a TSA-approved combination lock that keeps your belongings secure. Plus, the 4 double spinner wheels make it easy to maneuver through airports and busy streets. The handle is made of aluminum and has 4 height adjustments. One of the great features of the suitcase is its spacious interior. The 20-inch measures up to a 40-liter packing capacity and weighs 7.7 pounds. The 28-inch comes in at 99-liter packing capacity and weighs 11.44 pounds, which is important to know when checking a bag. All right, and now back to packing. Okay, so first things first, if you've seen my previous videos, you know I swear by packing lists. So I always have this and I check this as I go. And then at the end, I can make sure I didn't forget anything. But first what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start packing all my clothing. That is going to take up the most amount of space in my suitcase, and I always use packing cubes. A quick tip about clothing. First, what you wanna do is lay out all of your outfits so you can kind of see what you're taking, make sure you have enough. Make sure you're not overpacking. I go through and I count how many days I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there 7 days, so I need at least 7 outfits, maybe 8 or 9 if I want to take an extra set just in case. And then obviously what I'm wearing the day that I'm going is perfect. Tip number 1, coffee first. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 outfits, an extra shirt, pair of pajamas, 2 cover-ups, and swimsuits. First, we're just gonna lay all the outfits as flat as we can. Obviously, I always use packing cubes, and as a result, some of my clothing can get wrinkled. I like to travel with a travel size of the Downy Wrinkle Release. You just spray it on your clothing, you let it hang to dry, and it takes out the wrinkles. That packing cube is done. You can compress it if you like. It's not necessary if you have the room. That's just really to help create more space, but we're gonna leave it like this today. And we're gonna get another packing cube. Now this I'm gonna put my cover-ups in, I'm going to put my swimsuits in, and all my undergarments. And I have 3 swimsuits here I am packing, and who folds those? I don't. And then I have my undergarments right here, and that extra shirt I wanted to pack. We're gonna put all that in here. All right, those are done. So now we're gonna take the suitcase and pack everything in. All right, so this is one of the deepest suitcases I think I've ever had. The section where I normally put my clothing, it's so deep, I love it. Now it does have straps so you can help to contain things. It isn't elastic, however, it does have an adjustable band here, and you can see this is all the extra slack so you can stretch it out if you need to. Another reason to use packing cubes is they keep everything organized and everything fits nicely. You can see there's also room for more in this section. I don't know if I will need to put anything more in there. I'm probably gonna put my shoes in there though. All right, so I have 2 pairs of shoes. I am taking my flip-flops. These are super nice. They have like that yoga mat, so they are very comfortable to wear all day, and they will fit right on the side. I also have my favorite walking shoes. They're my Pumas. They work really well for me. So those I'm going to put on the bottom. 1, that helps to keep everything in your suitcase clean. 2, they're heavier, so when you stand it up and all the heavy stuff falls to the bottom, they're already on the bottom. And then I'm going to close the strap. And one cool thing about this suitcase is it actually has a mesh liner on this side. Typically, you're gonna find suitcases just have the strap for the clothing side. This one has a mesh liner. It's mesh, so it's still gonna be breathable, which means you're not gonna have anything smelling, but also it's gonna help contain everything, which I love that. right, now for the other side. Okay, so after you pack your clothing in one side, the other side is for everything else. So first, I'm gonna pack my toiletries because it's the largest thing. You always wanna start with the biggest. This is my hanging toiletry bag. I do have another video where I've reviewed this bag. I will link this right here. And it's new to me, but it's really nice. I do like it. Go check out that video. And so that's gonna go on the very bottom. I do have a couple skins right here. And what these do is they go over any shampoo bottles, hairspray bottles, that sort of thing. They stretch over and then they prevent anything from leaking. So those are awesome. I have a couple extra here, but I also have them on my products inside here. Next is gonna be my first aid kit. Inside I have things in here. This is what's gonna go in my like beach bag or my day bag. I've got like Tums, Band-Aids, that sort of thing in here. I also take emergency, a couple packets of that. I typically use this for hangover gear. I take my bug bite thing. I love this. I swear by it. It's the greatest invention. It is a suction tool, so it actually sucks the venom out from bug bites, so you don't actually have to use any kind of ointment or anything like that that just doesn't work. This thing is amazing. I take Clorox wipes and hand sanitizer, and some of the most important things, I take ibuprofen or any other kind of pain relief in case I get a headache. And I also take stuff for seasickness. So my daughter and I also get really seasick. So we take the Dramamine for kids for her. And I take meclizine, which is basically the active ingredient in Bo9. It's a different active ingredient than Dramamine. This is what works for me. So I make sure to take both. All right, so my first aid kit is gonna go right here. One of the other big items I take is a beach towel. I take one for everybody because you don't take the towels off the boat if you go onto the beach somewhere on an island. You wanna make sure you have your own beach towel because if you do take the ones off the boat and you don't bring it back, you get charged for it. Another item you wanna make sure you take is an outlet splitter, not a surge protector. Those will be pulled out of your bags when they go through security, but an outlet splitter is a good idea because there's only usually one US outlet and one European outlet in the room, typically. This is just to help you, charge extra things like more than one phone. These two items are for when I sleep. One, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I travel with a black pillowcase. That would be because I have pink hair and sometimes it bleeds and I don't want to be charged for anybody else's pillowcase. The other is a travel fan. This one I can take around with me during the day if it's really hot, or I can use it at nighttime. It does fold up to pack well, or you can use it to just sit it down on the table and blows on you all night long, and that's what I use it for. Another handy item for a cruise specifically. So because the walls are made of metal, you can use a magnet to hang up extra hooks. And that way you can hang things like jackets or wet swimsuits or anything like that. You can hang them up on the wall. You hang these right on the walls and creates more space in your room, and it's just really handy to have. And I took these when we went to Alaska for our cruise and was able to hang our jackets up. Something else you don't want to forget is sunscreen and after sun cream. I like the Burt's Bees one, but you can take any kind that works for you. I put them in a plastic bag so that they don't leak all over everything, but don't leave without these, especially if you're going anywhere where you're going to be in the sun a lot. A couple more just items that are fun to have. They're not necessary. I got a pair of binoculars when we went to Alaska for whale watching. And then I also got some cooling towels. This is if you're gonna go somewhere where it's warm. Something else I never leave without now is feminine hygiene products, even if I think I'm not going to need them, because you might find yourself in a place where they are not easily accessible. I learned that the hard way. Don't forget them. A couple more things I like that I find are very specific to cruising and something that you might really want to consider purchasing. I have multiple waterproof items. So if you're going to be in the pool a lot, if you're going on the beach, you don't want any sand or salt or sun or water to get into your items. These are going to be really helpful for you. Number one is a phone pouch. So this is watertight. So you can put your phone inside here. You can wear it on a lanyard and then you don't have to worry about it getting water inside of it. I've worn this in the pool and the ocean, no issues. The other items, I have a couple, they're like fanny packs or bum bags, whatever you want to call them. But they are also watertight, so you can put things like wallets in here. That way you can wear them and you don't have to worry about leaving them on the beach if you're going out to the ocean. And then I also have these pouches for your key card for the cruise ship. So when you go on a cruise, you are going to get a key card, and this actually is for your room key, but it is also going to be how you pay for your drinks on the cruise ship. And it is also what you use to scan in and out of the cruise ship when you're getting off at port. So I like to have a lanyard. I can wear it on me all day long. I don't have to worry about pockets or anything like that, but I just put one on with my pouch, and then I have everything I need for the day. And that is extremely handy on a cruise. Okay, so one other thing I like to take is this in here. This is my luggage scale. So at the end, when I'm all packed, I am going to weigh my bag so that I can make sure I'm under the 50 pounds, because that's what you need when you are flying. But I take it with me so that I can measure it on the way home too. Okay, so that is everything that's going to go in this side. You can see here, you can loosen this up if you need to, and it connects, and then you really easily just tighten it right back up. Look how easy that was. I love it. Now we'll kind of keep everything contained. I'm also going to zip this liner up because it will help with all the little things. And my adorable hat here is packable, which is the whole reason I bought it. It is great for the sun, but also it packs down. It folds nicely so that it fits. And I'm going to shove that in here. Look at that. Now, one thing I've noticed about this suitcase is these zippers are extremely smooth. I love it. That is my checked bag for going on a cruise. Next, we'll do our carry-on. Okay, now it's time to pack our carry-on. Keep in mind, some things are going to be different if you are flying with this versus once you get to the cruise port, and I will point out that big difference when I get to it. Let's get started. So this is pretty similar to the larger one in that it has the liners on both sides, which I enjoy. It does not have the straps though, so that is something to keep in mind. First, I'm going to pack a jacket. Number one, unless you're traveling in the summer and you're going somewhere warm, you're probably going to want a jacket. So one other thing you're going to pack is a backpack or any kind of a bag that you're going to use as like a day bag or a beach bag, that kind of thing. I typically like to travel with a backpack. You can use this as your personal item on the airplane if you would like, or you can just pack it in your carry-on or your checked bag if you don't need it. Let me show you mine real quick. So this is what I carry with. I like it for a lot of different reasons. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I do want to pack this, and I'm going to use this as my backpack. So I'll put anything I need, like my wallet, my beach towel when I get off the boat, all that kind of stuff. Sunscreen, bug spray, anything that you need when you get off the boat for the day is going to go in this bag. Now again, I can use this as my personal item if I want to, but I don't think I'm going to need it on this trip. So I'm just going to pack it. All right, that fits nicely. One other reason you might want to consider having a backpack is the day that you board the cruise ship. So during the embarkation process, you are not allowed to get to your stateroom until probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon, whereas boarding usually begins like at 11 a.m. or noon. So for those couple of hours, you're going to be on the ship, but you're not going to be able to get to your things or the room. So what I do is anything I'm going to need before I'm allowed into the room is I pack in a backpack, because I'm carrying that with me. So if I want my swimming suit so that we can go swimming in the pool or anything like that that I'm going to need before we get on the boat, I have that. Whereas my suitcases, I can give to them to deliver to their room later on. A couple more things. One, I always take like some sort of plastic folder. This is for any kind of paperwork that you need, whether that is attestation paperwork or boarding passes, anything like that, tickets to things, anything you need a paper copy of goes in here. Okay, so here's the one big difference between a carry-on on an airplane versus a cruise ship. So if you are flying, you cannot take wine of this, well, of any size in your carry-on. However, when you are going on a cruise, you are allowed to take a bottle of wine with you. Then it needs to go into your carry-on. So what I suggest doing is you purchase this when you get to the port city you are leaving from. Purchase is there if you would like to take it on the ship with you, and then it goes in your carry-on. Make sure it's not going to break. Of course, I typically like to put it with clothing, wrap it around, or my jacket. That's going to help cushion it a little bit. Okay, a couple other things that we want. Kindles, tablets, iPads, anything like that. And then I use this, it's an electronics case. So it's got things like cords in there, any kind of chargers I need, any SD cards, or anything that is to do with any kind of technology or devices goes in here. Backup battery for your phone. I use my phone a lot. It's my camera, it's my phone, it's everything. So I always have a backup battery, and I carry this with me everywhere I go. This is a special phone case that just comes on a cord, so you can wear it. So if you know you're gonna be out and about all day, this way I don't have to worry about having pockets, but I also don't need to like put it away in my purse and then have to fish it back out because I want to take a video of something or a photo of something real quick. So I like this when I travel. It's also really handy in the airports when you have your boarding pass on your phone, and then it's really easy to access. So I will take that as well. Sunglasses. This is actually a travel sunglass case. I love this because it folds down flat. Collapsible water bottle. And then the last few things are a wallet and a passport. So you want to have your ID, you need to have any kind of your credit card or anything like that. And then of course your passport, not required for US cruises that begin and end in a US port. However, always good to have, especially if you're going to international ports, because if you for some reason get stuck at port internationally, you will need this to get home. So I do recommend having it if you do. Also, make sure your wallet and your passport are on your person at all time. So it's fine to put it in your carry-on as long as you are holding on to your carry-on, but don't leave your carry-on anywhere with that in there. And also you're going to need it going through security. So make sure it's like easy to get to. And there's our carry-on. So now we have our 2 bags for our cruise. We are ready to go. Everything is good. The only thing I need to make sure is that bottle of wine is not in here when I'm going through airport security, but make sure it isn't here when I'm going through cruise security. Last thing I want to mention is cruise luggage tags. So when you check into your cruise and you get your boarding document, you are going to have luggage tags for your bags. So you can print out these and then you can just use the paper and staple them directly onto your bag if you would like. To me, I'm afraid they're gonna get ripped off. So I have invested in these clear plastic luggage tags. They have a steel cord so that they don't get ripped off of your bag, but then you put your luggage tags inside, and they do have, you can see 2 different sizes here. That's because different cruise lines have different sizes for their luggage tags. But then what this does is allow the people who distribute your bags to your room to be able to see where your bag goes easily so they can deliver it in a timely manner. So those are my cruise essentials and everything I need to pack when I go on a cruise. And I want to give a huge thank you to Level8 for sending me these suitcases. I highly recommend them. If you want to check them out below, I will post a link. And don't forget to use the coupon code right across the screen to get a discount. So that's it for today. I hope you have a great cruise and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.